Assalamu alaikum. Imagine you have spent decades studying under the greatest minds of your time. You've mastered social science, law, and science. But as you grow older, a terrifying thought creeps in. Does any of this actually matter? In the 11th century, a high-ranking student of Imam Al Gazali, the man known as the Proof of Islam, found himself in this exact crisis. He wrote to his teacher, asking for a concise summary of how to live a life of true meaning. Imam Al Ghazali responded with a short, powerful letter titled Ayuhal Walad, O beloved son. This wasn't a lecture on complex theology, it was a blueprint for the soul. Today, we are breaking down the core advice from this masterpiece and how it applies to our lives in the 21st century. The body, 4 pillars of Al Ghazali's advice. Knowledge versus action. Al Ghazali's first and most urgent point is that information is not transformation. The analogy, he tells a story of a man in the desert armed with 10 swords. If a lion attacks him, do the swords save him? No, he is only saved if he uses them. The lesson, reading 1,000 books on virtue doesn't make you virtuous. You must act. Al Ghazali famously said, knowledge without action is insanity, and action without knowledge is non-existent. The danger of the ego, the 4 avoids. He warns his student that the greatest enemy isn't ignorance, but the ego. He advises the student to avoid 4 specific traps. Arguing for victory. Never debate just to win. It hardens the heart and creates enemies. Seeking popularity. If your goal is to be liked or famous, your work will lose its soul. The pursuit of wealth. Materialism is a salty water. The more you drink, the thirstier you get. Superficiality. Focus on the why behind your actions, not just the outward appearance. The secret of sincerity, ikhlas. Al Ghazali explains that the weight of an action is determined by the intention behind it. He tells his student to examine his heart. Are you doing this for God and the benefit of humanity, or for the applause of people? Application. In the age of social media, this is a call to do good deeds in secret. If you can't do it without posting about it, is it for the cause or for the likes? Ghazali reminds his student that every breath is a precious jewel that cannot be replaced. He emphasizes the night prayer, tahajjud, and morning reflection. He argues that the quiet moments before the world wakes up are when the soul truly grows. The lesson. A structured life is a free life. Without a spiritual routine, we become slaves to our distractions. The core framework, a table of wisdom. Category Al Ghazali's instruction. Mindset shift from what do I know to who am I becoming. Education, learn only what helps you serve others and your creator. Social life, avoid the company of the arrogant. Seek the humble. Final goal preparation for the journey beyond this life. Imam Al Ghazali's advice to his student was essentially a mirror. He didn't give the student more facts to memorize. He gave him a way to look at himself honestly. The takeaway for us today is simple. Don't just collect information. In an era where we have the world's knowledge in our pockets, we are often more lost than ever. Al Ghazali reminds us that the shortest path to happiness isn't through more, it's through better. Better intentions, better character, and more meaningful actions. As you go about your week, ask yourself the same question the student asked. Is what I am doing today actually benefiting my soul? Reference and further reading. Primary source, Ayuhal Walad, Letter to a Disciple, O Beloved Son by Imam Al Ghazali. Secondary source, The Alchemy of Happiness by Al Ghazali.